Hey, friends, welcome into the Leadership Sandbox. This weekend in America, we celebrate 250 years of independence. And it got me thinking about leaders who are struggling to break free from the prisons, the chains, the cell that they find themselves sitting in every day in the workplace. Eh, Leadership isn't lost because of what someone does to you. You're not imprisoned in that way as a leader. Leadership is often lost because of what you slowly surrender. You give up your independence as a leader. And that's what I want to talk about today. Nobody wakes up wanting to become an ineffective leader. They surrender one behavior at a time, one excuse, one avoided conversation, one accommodation, one rescue mission, one I'm going to listen ad nauseum and help this one person who refuses to take any sort of form of responsibility or accountability. And you do it one conversation at a time until one day you look around and you wonder, why are you so exhausted? Why is nobody taking ownership for their actions, responsibility for their actions? Why is every problem ending up on my desk? And you're asking yourself, how do I get out of the cell that I find myself sitting in? Who has the keys? Today, we're identifying 5 leadership cells. And I want to be honest with you, it's going to be a bold conversation, but I want you to be really honest with yourself. Which one have you decorated and started calling home in the workplace? Let's dive into the sandbox. Welcome in, friends. Cell number 1, the approval cell. Somewhere along the way, you stopped leading and started campaigning. You started campaigning to keep a position, to hold on tight, to have people like you. You started campaigning to try to like yourself. You start checking the emotional temperatures before making decisions, and you soften feedback and you over explain decisions, hoping everyone agrees, or you shut down and you just let the monkeys run the circus. You apologize for having expectations and holding people to that. You negotiate standards that were never supposed to be negotiated. Here's the irony, leader. The more you chase approval, the less respect you earn. Leadership isn't a popularity contest. Your job isn't to collect applause. It's to create clarity. So here's a challenge for yourself. Ask yourself while looking in the mirror, have I delayed a conversation because I wanted to preserve someone's opinion of me? Or because I wanted to avoid feeling uncomfortable? I wanted to avoid confronting the obvious? Those are very different things, but they all really land true for so many of us as leaders. When we can look, however, and confront ourselves in the mirror and ask, what have I been avoiding? And then, just like you would hope or expect your team members to do, take action on correcting it. You'll be amazed at what you get on the other side. Here's the second cell that I find leaders falling into, the hero cell. They're imprisoned by the cape of being the hero to save the day. Stop being the smartest person in every meeting, leader. Seriously, stop it. You're exhausting yourself and you're exhausting the team around you, not to mention crippling them. Every time you rescue someone, you teach them who owns the problem. YOU. You answer every question. You always have the answer. You're first to raise your hand. You solve every crisis. You rewrite every email. You finish every presentation. You approve every decision. Then you complain that your team isn't stepping up. Well, why would they? They're not going to step up because you've trained them not to. Dependency doesn't happen by accident. It's coached, it's modeled, it's mentored, it's trained. It is the last part The worst part of wash, rinse, repeat, I like to see in workplaces. I want people to be independent making decisions. If your vacation creates panic for you and for everybody else, you haven't built a team, you've built codependency. And there's a lot of material about the effects of codependency. So you might want to pick some of it up, because that cell of dependency is not something that is sustainable for long. It will burn you out. It will be the dagger that is holding you back in every conversation. And the Monday morning feeling like, ugh, I have to go into the workplace today. No, I get to. And what am I going to do when I'm there? Cell number 3, the comfort cell. Comfort is one of the most expensive things a leader can buy. And most of you are paying every single day in dividends for comfort. You know who needs the coaching and who needs all of the extra time. You know who isn't exactly performing. You know who is creating drama. You know who's gossiping in the workplace. You know exactly what expectations have not been clarified. And yet you allow it to go on from weeks to months, even years. Because when those months become years, it's when I hear leaders tell me, I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we got here. You got here one avoided conversation at a time. Conflict delayed. It's a thing. It's a reality. And it's a really difficult excuse to overcome, because conflict becomes multiplied. It doesn't decrease when we avoid it. It increases when we avoid it. So here's what I want to ask you. What conversation has been sitting on your calendar without ever making it to your daily agenda? It's been sitting there and you know you need to have it. It's in your to-do list and it hasn't made it to your calendar yet. It's time to actually take action and become and celebrate your own independence from being shackled in these cells, and actually start having those conversations. Schedule the time for them, even if they're uncomfortable. Cell number 4, the certainty cell. The higher you climb as a leader, the more dangerous these 2 words become. I know. What do I mean by that, Tam? I know what they're thinking. I know why they're upset. I know what they meant. I know this won't work. Really? Do you know? Do you know that you know? There's a saying, don't be so right, you're dead right. Be dead in the water and you can't move forward because you knew you were so right. Are you making assumptions? The best leaders that I know ask questions that make everyone uncomfortable, and they sit in the discomfort with them. They allow it to manifest the brilliance of the answer on the other side. If you have struggling leaders and they make statements like, I know, I've got this, they're not curious any longer. And I want leaders that are curious, because great leaders stay curious. Average leaders rush to conclusions. And I would even say below average leaders rush to conclusions and to fixing and to getting into action without pausing in curiosity and being in the discomfort. So your challenge this week, replace one of those opinion statements with a question and watch what changes. Turn the opinion into a question. Flip it. Flip the script on them. See what happens. Cell number 5. This one's a big one. It's the accommodation cell. This one, I think this may be the most expensive leadership mistake in business today. Leaders don't create toxic cultures, they accommodate them. Let me say that again. You're not creating a toxic culture, you're accommodating it. Every behavior you fail to confront gets promoted, gets repeated and rewarded, not with a title, but with permission to behave badly. People don't watch what you say, they watch what survives in your presence. When gossip survives and even thrives, it spreads. When excuses survive, they multiply. When disrespect survives, it becomes your culture. Leaders love talking about values and culture. Employees study what you tolerate. And what you tolerate is what gets repeated. Remember, you've heard me say it before. You cannot change what you're willing to tolerate, because tolerances reveal truth. You don't own the culture you wrote that you say that you want in your mission statement. You own the culture you're willing to tolerate, and you're fueling that every single day. So stop asking, which one am I guilty of? Don't ask that. Ask this instead. Which one is costing my team the most? Which one is costing me the most to feel like I'm enslaved, I'm imprisoned in a cell, and I don't have the right key to get out? Because leadership isn't measured by your intentions. It's measured by the consequences of your behaviors. So Monday morning, here's my challenge for you. Don't walk into your office looking for a better team. Walk in looking for the cell you've been living in, and unlock it once and for all with a powerful question. Hey friends, until next time, enjoy celebrating this holiday. Enjoy celebrating your true independence by taking back your personal power, taking back your personal authority, and applying it in every conversation. Go play in the sandbox this weekend, America. Go big. God bless you.